Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 3 at the podcast. Tonight we have the so talented Gemma Fassie. How are we doing tonight?
What's an intro?
Yeah, bro. How are you doing tonight? We good?
I'm good. How are you, bro?
I am fantastic. I'm glad to have you here.
Thank you.
I've been watching from afar, been a fan from afar, and I'm glad to have you in front of engaging with us. Glad to have you on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me here. Actually.
Nah, dog, it's an honor. So, well, let's get into shit. People want to know you. Fucking obviously, they know you are an amazing singer. We fucking know this. But tell me, is this something we sort of spoke in like in the interim before the podcast, and you mentioned something we started singing at a very young age. You just mentioned you sang this song that reminded you of blah blah blah. But was this something that just came natural? Did you just like start singing and we're like, yo, I can sing, and it was like?
I mean, like in the beginning, it was only when I was in Sunday school, like 9 years old.
Okay.
And then I remember this one performance where. It's not even performance. Why am I calling it performance? But it felt so bad because, like, even when I remember, it's like such a nostalgic moment because I was at church and I sang the song. I still remember the whole song and how I sang it. And people were like standing and clapping their hands. I was like, I didn't even know. But now when I look at it, I'm like, shit, that's when it started. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And since then, it's just been growing. So I feel like it came naturally. But one thing that I can always say is that I feel like it was God-given because it was birthed in church.
Yeah.
So I would never ever look past that. Like, never look past, like, God and any of that. Like, I actually want to make gospel music, but I want to ease into it maybe later on. You know what I mean? That would be nice. Because, like, you know, we don't have that enough.
Is there like a field? Is there a market? Like, no, I don't want to say like shit. I don't want to say market because it's actually like you're doing like work, like the Lord's work, you would say. But is it something you do as a passion project, or is it something that you pursue as like, look, my career is here now. I want to still pursue this, or is it just gonna be like straight passion, just singing in the church, or is it gonna be like a career that you're gonna?
I feel like it would be like writing songs for
okay.
like people to sing, not necessarily me like singing it. You know what I mean? I could even like speak my stories through someone who's not like gonna be saying, oh, she does R&B and gospel. I can write. You know what I mean? Songwriting too. That's also a big thing that we should all look into in Cape Town. So
yeah, not a lot of people. Like I had kind of Cape and Cream. He was speaking about how it's a cheat code that people do. People do covers. It's okay. Look, no. Like it's everybody has to eat. Everybody has to do their work. But like
they eat. Huh?
Yeah, what I'm saying is like
yeah.
But I'm saying like yeah. You were saying it's like a cheat code doing covers. Do you feel the same way, or is it just like?
Wow.
Is it a way to exhibit your talent and just like, look, if you can sing, this is a what's the word I'm looking at, channel, like it's music, still music. At the end of the day, you're not lip syncing, but
exactly.
Do you feel it is a cheat code in a sense, or is it just like?
No, I don't think that it is. I started off doing covers like since I was like 8, 9 years old. You know what I mean? And singing after that time, it's like. That's what makes you open up your voice, other people's stories, like even learning it through words and how they fit their words, the syllables, the melodies within that song. It's like, then you can take your own feelings and see, okay, but that person did that, so let me try my own, but that will come with time. And I feel like if I didn't start I will still do covers. But the thing is now, it's like, I'm an artist and I can sing, but now I need to write my thoughts down too because I can sing, so I need to apply it, you know what I mean? 100%. And that's been a trip for me. Oh shit. That's been a trip for me. Because, like, especially someone that's very, I don't always express my feelings, like, in a personal way. I feel like if I write a song, it needs to be something that's.
So you're not letting people in too much? Is that what you're saying? You don't want to let people in too much, but you wanna?
Nah, I do.
So is that your feeling?
And that's why I feel about covers, because like if you're singing a cover, that's that person's feelings, but you're putting it into your own. But I mean, what's wrong with you sharing what's going on in your head? You know, the same way that person did it. But I still do covers. Like I fuck with that shit all the time, and I know it's difficult to make like your own song, like it's mad.
Because-
Especially if you get like writer's block.
And it's
mad.
pressure because I feel like, look, I've never written a song and I don't sing, but I can understand where you're looking at it so subjective, looking at it because you're so hard on yourself. It's almost like you know what the level you set for yourself, and you look at it so subjective. And I think that's what a lot of artists do. Is just instead of being like, look, I am good and my music is good, let's just put it out. Look, but at the end of the day, like, this is me just looking from the outside. I don't know, I've never been in your shoes or been in the artist's shoes, but like that's just what I see it from like, you know, like a lot of artists are like curbed by like labels and things like that, and like yeah, like I was actually, that's one of the things I actually wanted to get into. So because having the ability to be free and like make a lot of music, I think like artists should just use that. Okay, about the record thing, you recently indie, and tell me, as a South African artist now, is it like worth the artist's time? Is it, because in America we're looking at America, and I know that's always the sort of the blueprint, but they always trying to get signed. They're always talking about getting signed, being
That's
indie.
true, yeah.
Obviously they have shows there that brings them income, streams, things like that. We still at our fundamental phase where we don't really have those things set in place. Does it make sense being with a label? Just look, not just on a subjective point of view, like, you know.
Like for me, I would be with a record label, but not a startup one. For starters, not someone who isn't even big yet. Like, you know, like international vibes.
Yes.
Because like what else are you trying to do?
Yeah.
Like Def Jam, Sony,
Yeah.
Universal, you need to get in there. Like that's where us Cape Town people need to start like aiming for, like just to try and be international, because it's bigger than the small piece at the bottom. There's so much more here, bruh. We are literally right here at the bottom, and there's so much of South Africa that we have yet to experience. And I feel like us as Cape Town musicians shouldn't like box ourselves in it.
With the whole radio play thing that used to, like, they were pushing radio play, and like, do you feel it was like easy to get your music on air, or do you feel like there was still, like I've mentioned this before, but I feel like there were still a few loops that you needed to jump through, and you know, do you feel it was a fair thing that, like, yo, this is a platform for you to come bring your music, or do you think it was like, you know what I mean, just like
in my experience?
Yeah.
Actually, it's actually Chad Simon's birthday today. Like, and I emailed him in like 2000 and when did I drop this? Like, when I came back from Greece in 2019, and then I sent him an email. Please listen to my song. Attached it. I'm a singing songwriter from Cape Town. And then he's still still alive. I was like, yo, I actually went back to that email. I'm like, yo, and that was like in 2020, and then only in 2019, and then in 2021, he played my song for the first time and he interviewed me when I dropped the song. I was like, yo.
And so he remembered, or was it like, did you have to remind him again, or was it like?
I sent him 2 emails.
Okay. I was just okay.
I had to send him 2.
Okay.
So then he played it. So for me, it was like, it was nice seeing someone from Cape Town and knowing like how the industry has been.
Because he's been doing it.
And playing like everyone's song, which is super dope. Like, even if you just email him nowadays, he will always just like answer. And I feel like everyone's had an opportunity, because Chad Simon is that plug into radio play and helping the Cape Town people like shine.
And that's a good thing. It's like that you mentioned it, because I feel like in all, not just music in general in Cape Town, the gatekeepers, or the people that consider them gatekeepers, they didn't, like, for example, really keep any gates, you know what I mean? It was just, they kept the gates closed in certain cases, you know what I mean? So that other people couldn't get in. And I feel like if we had gatekeepers that weren't, I'm not going to say selfish, because they didn't know that there was enough for everybody at that time, you know what I'm saying? They were like, this is mine, let me keep on to it. But I feel like if everybody was set in place, in the role, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it was established, I think we would have been a little bit further. Like, people like Chad Simon, that's a big plug. That's
Yeah.
like a
He is,
pure
like, 'cause
example
remember,
of
like, what he was, like, super big when I was in, like, he was my crush.
Yeah,
Back
like-
in the day, like, that time when the pop stars
Yes,
were
yes,
all
yes,
coming
yes.
101,
Yes, 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 yes,
like,
yes.
all those people, like,
We're gonna be next in line. It's gonna be next. The brown,
He was on Idols.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
even the backing vocal. Like, those songs is where I started. Like, that was like in 2000. I don't even know where that was. But like, that's how I remember him. And it's mad to see how everyone's journey in Cape Town just connect. Like the same way my music. Well, my mom and my dad met at music school,
Oh.
and the same guy that taught them taught my brother, and then he taught me.
Bro, you like born out
That
of
was
music,
like-
literally.
That was like, and
Like,
then he told
literally.
me, I was like, yo, and my high school teacher, I was like, what, Mr. Gates?
It's like you were born out of music, literally. Not a lot of
Yeah.
people can say that. That's like, that's hectic. This is a destined path for you. Like, it's.
Is it a blessing or a curse? We
No,
have yet to find
Yeah.
out. in the next episode. Tune in.
We had also you spoke a little German. Like, is that you want to get into that? How did that
That
come
was, my,
about?
that was my TV voice.
Is it?
Tune in. It's the next
No.
episode.
Before the
Oh,
you spoke
oh,
about it.
shit.
Yes, is that something you wanna?
Say, what was I saying?
I don't know what I'm saying. Is that German? How did that come about? Is that just like
Oh.
something you like?
There. Well,
Were you making German hits in Germany? Like, were you big in Germany and we don't know? Like,
imagine.
yeah, I don't know. Bro.
That's how it sounds, literally. Like before I actually.
No, but seriously, how do you know German? That's super.
It's like Afrikaans though. Wie heißt du? How are you? Hoe is jij? Hoe voel jij? Hoe is ie? Wo is mijn drinken?
Now it just sounds like you
Waar is mijn drink? Where's my-
But like, how did it come about? Is it something
It's
self-taught?
weird. I
Like,
don't even know. Well, when I was in Greece in 2019, I did like a summer course. Your course. That's how you know it was hectic. No, I was in Greece and
Oh,
like it was
sorry.
an island on the side next to Kos. It was in Kos and next to Kos was Thessaloniki and all those big islands and Athens, the mainland. So that I've actually never told anybody about this. I need to tell y'all.
Go.
This is imagine, no? Okay, let me tell you from the beginning.
Okay, I'm here, bro.
This is actually so perfect. So, when I left to Greece, I wasn't even crying. No? I was like, bye.
Bye, South Africa.
I'm going,
I'm
like,
never looking back.
You know what I mean? Even if it was just for like 6 months, it was so much fun, like being a girl from Cape Town, like going out. You know what I mean? Like, besides, I don't know, it was a big thing because where I used to live, people haven't even gone to.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's just
Where I
like.
grew up, it's like.
Yeah.
For real, people they haven't even my grandmother and grandfather haven't been on an airplane before. That's how deep it is.
Dog,
you know
it's
what I mean?
like. So.
That's how we struggle out here. No, okay, not that.
But you
deep,
breaking, but you doing that, like, I mean, like,
But wait,
tenfold.
I had a
Sorry.
point. Listen, let me say something. So I wasn't crying. God, I was like, bye everybody. I have all my stuff. Get on the plane and 16-hour flight. Yeah. Chilling, drinking wine, like, you know what I mean? Chilling, everyone else, singing on everyone, whatever. And then we get to the airport and I have to separate from the guys because there was like another lady with me and then like 3 guys. So then I had to separate with all of them. I
So,
was
like, on your
alone.
face, like, okay, yeah.
And then, okay, I got it. I went to the gate, went on the flight again, another like 16 hours, and then that was from Istanbul, whatever. And I was like, okay, now I can do this. I can't miss her from here. I'm already far from home. I can't call my mommy. I don't have daughter. My freaking self.
In the
work. I'll go down work. Like, I'm here now. I have to be strong. I have to be a woman. I'm going to start in the Bruh. You have to do this. Like, so then I get on the plane and then, okay, I get to Greece and I land and I'm like, okay, now what must I do? I must get the bus to the port. The port is where the ferry was.
To go to the island.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But now, like, I got off too early. I couldn't read. The lady didn't understand what I was saying. So I'm like, and a small girl with a big face like this, walking in English, like, where am I? Like,
trying not to look scared.
Looking at me like, trying not to look scared, exactly. And I took a video of my phone, I'm like, yo, I'm so fucking scared. I like, don't have airtime, I can't call these people, I can't tell them, like, where I can't ask anyone because they don't know what. Finally, I'm walking for like 20 minutes and I get to the boat and I'm like, I almost missed it back. I was like literally 5 minutes, they would have left.
And you like alone on your ice, bruh, like in the middle of.
When I got there, I was like, I need to calm down. I need to relax.
Tequila, give me a tequila. Somebody give me a tequila, please.
Yo, now that time I was just like, you know what? I just want to eat.
And was this performing or was this just for like holiday shit? Was was this like? No, you look scarred. You like you're doing it like oh.
I was crying. I don't even know where I am.
But is that like was it for holiday? Or was it like just like work you go do?
It was work.
Okay, like singing,
work. Like singing at night in hotels and covers and dancing. It was fun.
Dope.
And then in the afternoon, in the day, I was teaching not teaching you. I was playing with kids during the day, so I had like 2 jobs. Playing with kids in like the mini clubs, and that's where I learned German now, obviously, because I had to speak I had to understand Spanish. Or I even just did like the mini clubs, or I'd be in like the kitchen, like the entrance, like the
just like
hostess.
Doing like what's it called?
The
Busting,
hostess,
no?
like the hostess. I'd be like hostess one night.
You're not seeing working like as.
It was like working all. I saw my job was I would be in the mini club with the kids from 9 until. What is it now? From 9 until 12, and then from 12 till 2.
There's often though.
That was like that was my time, and I only had an hour break, and then I would go back
slave labor shit, man.
Shower, but it was fun because I would speak to the people and I speak to the.
And it's a new experience. Everything's a new experience. With a different country, you can imagine.
And then I could learn to speak like so many different languages, meet people, and at night I just tell them, yo, we're coming performing at this hotel on the island.
Pull through. Yes, you have
and they actually come, the kids, they leave them with like the nanny. It was fun.
That's
it was a different experience.
You talking about work-wise things, you model for editors, is that?
Model, wow.
Well, yes, sir. Model.
I'm pretty short for a model.
No, you were girl. You were model. You were model, girl.
I feel like I'm just.
No, you model. You know. Like you don't downplay. Like that's like I'm saying. Is like I was talking to Casey. I was telling her like don't downplay anything, bro. Like look, it's not like any day that people's like on billboard, yo. You know what I mean?
It's like, told me the same thing.
It's something, bro. It's like actually something, dog. It's like. You know what I mean? And so shout out to you, big up to you, big up to your mom, big up to everybody, man.
Big up to my mom.
Talking about the industry, like I want to get back to like actually the music side of things. Like obviously you've been in this industry for quite some time. Like, do you find it hard to in this industry that over like sexualizes women and shit like this? Is it like difficult to just like come and be like, look, I sing, fuck, just listen to my voice, or is it like you feel like there's always this pressure to be like a certain form of like, I'm not gonna say anybody, but like like
you know me. Listen, like, and this is one thing that I would like to also like,
touch on,
like make it bold, like you know what I mean, for people to actually understand that I grew up with boys, just boys. You know how boys are.
Yeah, like someone pushing you, like me, like
you like me. I'm strong now. You ask me boys in the studio. You think I'm gonna be a girl? You think you guys are my cousins type guys, man. But like I hate how now that I'm so used to being cousins with guys, and now seeing like these other guys be on some weird like thing, and it's like.
Your
why
guard
do
is
men have to be like
because you coming with your guard down and you like
not
whatever.
even down, just like I want you like
true, like there's no
respect.
God.
My space, I respect your space, and I hate how it's not respected. But I guess us as women also need to like stand firm in it and fight them off if they try and do some.
Or just make that line firm, be like, yo.
If they don't get it when you tell them, then.
But I mean, like
if they don't get it when you tell them, like, no, then what's the point of?
But I mean, like, also with being with a label and shit, man. I mean, like, being with like an actual label, was that an agenda that was pushed, or was that like, no, you need to do this, you need to do that, like?
Not really. I wouldn't say. It was always me, and I always made it clear that I would always just want to not be overly sexualized or hypersexualized in any way, because that's not my personality, and that's not what I believe in. Like, yes, I can be sexy, you know what I mean? I can flaunt me, but I don't have to be like,
you know
what I mean? Like, that's just not me. And I don't, no disrespect to people who do that, because I have a few friends who do that, girls who do that. I'm fine with that. That's the way you express yourself, the same way I express myself through singing, you know what I mean?
So it's all about being comfortable, and that's my point. Is
exactly.
Like, it's like, are you able to, as like, that was like the I'm glad you got to the point. It's like, you are able to be an individual, even though like you are working for, or not working, signed to a label. There's no actual forcing you to do like a certain thing.
No, I'm not with a label.
I mean, like, like, if you should, you like, in like the like, I mean, like, when you were, or like,
okay.
Like, I'm asking, is that like, that was what I was asking, is that like a thing, like?
I would hope for that to not be a thing.
Yeah, that's what I said, and that's what I, like, yeah.
I don't know if that happens, but I feel like it does happen.
Now, obviously, like
but now that I'm thinking about it, it does.
Like,
and
sure, yeah, that's true. Same, because like, say you were with the label, man. So like, obviously you're putting out music. Did they like ever come back and be like, look, this isn't like, this is not sexy enough? But like you said, like,
no.
you were there to say like, nah, and that's my point. Like, is that an option in this industry, or is it like where you have to, people are so like hungry and eager to be part of a label, they're willing to do that? Because think about it, our industry isn't that big, you know what I mean? So like, in my mind, is like, if I'm given an opportunity, a lot of people would do like, quote unquote, anything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. I feel like if you know yourself and you know what you're getting into, and if they already have a thing for you, and like, I mean, I haven't had that experience yet to say that, okay, record labels have done this and that's what they like, because the record label that I was with was a startup one, and we were all like on our own trying to build this together, you know what I mean? And you know how it is, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Like, that's what it was. So I feel like I can't really give experience or like advice on that, but I do feel like if you know yourself, you wouldn't allow yourself to get lost in the source. Like, you still have to, if people are going to tell you, okay, people to tell me one day, like, okay, Gemma, you have to wear like this black gothic thing, I'll be like, no, that's not me, that's not what I want to represent, that's not what my music stands for, so why should I do that, you know? And if you know yourself well enough, I don't feel like people can walk over you like that. And if you don't respect yourself, like, nah. I just gotta be thinking about some stuff.
No, that's my thing, because it's like you see, look, we don't have any other sort of things to look at other than America, and like, you know what I mean? So we don't have any, or our industry isn't big enough for people to be like, look, I want to be this different, you know what I mean? I want to be this person. We all trying, the industry is all trying to conform to something just so that we can make it, you know what I mean? Like, this is from my point of view, you know what I mean? So nobody's actually like taking a stance and be like, look, this is what I you know what I mean? Like,
there are a couple people, if I do say so myself, that are like doing the mad crazy things, like low key, like, if I can mention a couple.
Please, I would like this is like
that's doing it for Cape Town right now. I feel like number 1 and top 2 is Baby Days and Cash. That's hip-hop.
Cash Cape Town. Oh, dog. Yo, dog.
They are doing the things for Cape Town, like, literally, not growing up with them, like, just seeing how they've been grinding since, like, school days. It's crazy, you know what I mean? It's mad.
Yeah, it just shows, like, our industry is so, the industry is so hectic that the amount of work that needs to be put in the fun, like, you know, the ground level shit. There's no. It's like, I look at it like people are now shooting shit on their phones. They're now using phones to make music videos, editing things themselves. We have artists doing everything themselves, thinking like, look, not having to wait for someone to do this for them, or wait for someone else to do that for them. They just literally doing it themselves. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was what we were lacking, because like I feel like a lot of things that come from overseas were self-made.
But I feel like sometimes you need people to do things for you, like a team, especially like as an artist. Like look at all the big artists; they have a team. And that's one thing I feel like we really need to start working more on, is trying to be a team and not all of us must stand out for one. All of us must stand out. Like not just us standing together like for each other and trying to build together and not just trying to build with yourself. Because I mean, okay, you're just one person and you want to build. But when you build with us or you build with the team, more people, more ideas, longevity, you think of all those things, continuity, even after people like go away, you can still bring in more people, making like a continuous, like, you know what I mean? Like it's really like it's just flowing.
Many hands with like work kind of, you know what I'm saying?
And
like,
in Cape Town, that is what lacking.
It's like, you know what you're saying, it's like, basically what you're saying is just know your role and play your role. Like everybody can't be a star, like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like that's what, like, I don't know, that's just how I see it. Am I missing the point?
I don't know. It's
because
so
like, look,
funny, shame.
yeah, but like, everybody can't be the star, dude. Like everybody has their talent, their gift. Know your role, play it well, and if
they don't know their roles,
but
my
like,
friend Biggie, I want to play this part for you. Know your roles. They don't know their roles.
Just like just know your role.
They don't know.
And like everybody has the God-given gift. If you play that gift, bro, I'm pretty sure you're gonna win, bro. That's just how it is, bro. Like you can't do everything. And like I hear what you're saying, bro. Like that is a good way to think, but at the end of the day, people don't have the same amount of passion as you. People's not gonna do something for you and be like, look. They're gonna be like, what am I getting out of this? You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So
I just feel like when I was just Gemma, I was different. Like when I was just Gemma. And now that I've taken on the Fassie, it's like I'm realizing like it's deep now. I put myself in a situation and I can't get out of it now because people already know. And it's like I didn't even prep for it, you know what I mean? I didn't even really realize what I was. But I feel like my brother also has. But now what makes me different is that people are really saying that I look like her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I really don't.
Yeah.
Even if I was just a normal person and I still post on Instagram like I was doing before, I feel like people even still said that and they would still post.
Yeah.
So even before I added the Fassie, people were already asking that. But now it's like, yo. And I forgot that Brenda Fassie was... She was that person, you know what I mean?
It's like,
so I watch videos now and I'm like, yo, you were that person. And now people are seeing I look like you. Oh, that's cool. She was dope.
And it's like...
She was mad.
But like, don't sell yourself short because you off... It's like the shoes was left there for you and you like, bro, like, I won't lie, they couldn't have asked anybody else to do it, bro. Like, I won't
that's
like...
That's a big thing to carry for me, bruh. I come from Lavender Hill, bro. I didn't expect this shit.
Dude, listen, look, this is like...
This is like some series, bro.
This is like some shit my mom likes, like some anti-shit. Like, you don't get given... God doesn't give you shit if you can't handle it, bro. That's just like how it is, bro. Like, and that's some anti-shit, bro. But that's on some real talk, bro. Like, I'm just saying, like, that's just... And like, I've seen you sing and I've seen you the way you work, bro. It's like... I've lately been lucky to be in, like... obviously because the kids have been around a lot of singers and stuff like that, so and a lot of people are like, no, Jim's the GOAT, like, you know what I mean, in terms of bro, like 100%, even kids, like I ask kids in terms of singing, like they're like, no, like so like, bro, like, yeah, bro, you don't understand. It's like it's you looking there, bro, but you need to be also like sort of a bit closer, like it, like,
present, yeah.
You know, be like, yeah, I'm also gevaarlijk, bro. Like, I'm also doing things,
that's
you know.
Why I don't want to do too much, because then people say that you have an ego. Like, I don't want to.
There's a difference between like confidence.
There's a conversation a couple days ago.
There's a difference between ego and confidence. Like, knowing you're good.
Exactly
like,
what I asked my brother. Do you want to see my chats? I literally asked my brother, what's the difference between self-confidence and ego? And he explained. I was like, Yes.
I was like, bro, like that's the thing is like like unfortunately or fortunately rather,
But you have to believe yourself.
You have a fantastic talent and like people. Like fuck dog, look. Like, this is gonna go on. Yeah, it's gonna go on forever, bro. Look, we're gonna close it, wrap shit up. Let's look in terms of like you have a big reach, bro. Like these people looking at obviously people looking up to you, bro. Yeah, looking up to you as like inspiration. Like like you say, you come from Lebanon, you'll see wins like the hood, man. Like you know what I'm saying?
What you mean? That's the hood.
No, but I'm saying.
But not like hood.
Yeah, you know, your hood ain't hood enough.
Your hood ain't hood.
But I mean, like you come from the hood. Someone from like Seawinds, they like, bro, I'm from here. Gemma Fassie is fucking doing it, bro. Like, what, like, they're looking at you. What would you tell them? Like, yo, look, what would you, not advice, I would say, but like, this person looking at you and they're like, yo, bro, I want to be you, bro. I want to be you. Sorry, that's weird, but I mean, like, I want to be exactly like you. I want to be you. Yeah. How do you say? No, but I mean, I want to, like, they want to reach, like, what you've reached. Bro. Like, tell them, what mistakes, what?
Someone like,
yeah, like, they looking at you, exactly, like, yeah, what mistakes have you made that you, like, be like, this is always, I like to know what mistakes people made, that they'll be like, yo, don't do this shit, bro. Like, don't do this shit, because everybody knows what the fuck to do, but, like, don't do certain shit, bro. Like, just,
I feel like one thing would definitely be don't, like you said, sell yourself short and allow people to use you like in a way to make you feel less than, because it's not worth it. If you know that this is you, be strong in that, be firm in that, believe that, and then you'll see after you believe that, you'll make people believe that, and then there's no way that they can like disagree or like any way that they can say that nah, it's not, because you made them believe. And that's the thing about that's the importance of being you. And that way people, if you make people believe I'm me and this is what I am, they're gonna believe it because you're showing them, they can see it. But if you're gonna be like just letting people use you, like it's just not gonna be worth it. You just have to believe. I don't even know. I lost my point over there. I was gonna get deep, but shit.
But we got you, like, but I fucking, bro, that's like, that's deep. That's why I asked about the whole, because I know you, like you look, I just see talent, bro. You know what I mean? There was no like gimmicks and shit like that. And that's what I fucking grab, bro. I'm like, that's fucking dope, bro. Like that's super super dope. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, is there anything you want to raise to people? Like, is there music that you have out now that you want them to like fucking really new shit, bro?
I have some new stuff.
SoundCloud? What's SoundCloud?
I'm not really on SoundCloud, but it's Gemma Fassie. I might drop some random vibes soon. Like covers, I'm trying to do some covers, like some situation that's right. Yo, that's a really nice song. You don't have to call.
I'm up with you. I'm gonna be right tonight.
I wanna do that.
Sure.
I wanna start like just being more free.
That's what I'm saying. That was my because, like, as an artist, you talented, bro. Like nobody's gonna waste you. What they gonna waste you? You can't sing, girl. You next. Pull through. Let's sing up. Let's have a sing off, bro.
Let's have a sing off.
But I mean, like,
I must say I learned from the greatest though. If I can always just credit someone, it would always be Esther Philander. Like I would always I just watch her from a distance, like she's a superstar. And like the crazy thing is that when I was like, she was like 30. I think I was like maybe in my young years, you know what I mean, 10, 9. Around that time I started, I was like in the gospel scene, and we'd go to Sangana, you know Sangana we go.
Like a butty or like a
no, but like a Sangana was like a concert.
Wow.
Choirs. Maybe one person has like 3 songs that they sing with the backup vocalist. Like a Sangana in the church. It was liquor. Like we used to do that all the time.
Punkster stuff like.
No, like one mixture of all of it. It's like Punkster, like New Fakili and a Pentecostal.
Oh, you deep in this gospel?
I'm deep in it, bro.
It's like, whoa. There's levels.
Can't get no deeper.
There's levels.
But anyway, I went too deep there now, actually. But anyway, I watch her perform all the time, and now, like, even like as a teenager, she was like also there like for a year, and then she left away to Malaysia, and then just watching her, like, I really think about it. I'm like, as a singer, you need to have that one person that you look up to, that you can, just one, not even just a mentor, just like one person that you genuinely can learn things outside of just having a good voice, like also like strength and agility and like all these different artists like Erykah Badu, all coming afterwards. But yeah, I definitely say Esther was the person that that's actually mad that I'm thinking about everything tonight. Like,
no, this is exactly dog.
It's such a long
Welcome.
time ago.
Welcome, bro. But look, we're gonna have to end that off on that note. Esther, shout out to you wherever you are, Esther. We love you, Esther. Gemma's been great having you here, bro. Thank you, man.
Thank you for having me.
Your insight and everything. It's just. I hope we're gonna obviously continue our friendship, continue
Definitely
seeing each other in the futures.
Always in the future.
But anything you want to tell your friend? Where can they find you? What's
You
it?
can find me on all major streaming platforms.
Ah.
Digital streaming platforms. All social media platforms, Gemma Fassie, Gemma and Fassie. That's literally everywhere. That's my name.
Where?
Don't forget the name.
I don't think they will, bro. Ladies and gentlemen,
Bye.
that's us. Episode Tressa.
Tress.
The podcast. Love y'all. Subscribe, motherfuckers.